Alright guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be going over my MX 5000 and how I tune my Kelly for my wheelie settings. So I got a KVD controller and I got the Bluetooth dongle right here. It's flashing red because it's not connected. So you want to go on Kelly's website and download DC Ad User. Boom. Click yes because you have to have your wheel propped up off the ground. So make sure your wheel is up. Yes. Bluetooth. Yes. Okay, once it opens, you gotta open your connection, which there's different ways to find out which one it is. One, unplugging it and seeing which one goes away, or deleting all your Bluetooths and it'll be the only one, but mine's this one right here. So connecting, sometimes it doesn't connect on the first, second, or third try, but here it says we're connected. So I'm gonna go over here to read. So it looks a little bit different versus the KLS one. So this is the KVD 7215. So for my wheelie settings, the main thing was, there's a couple things. So accelerate speed, it says between 10 and 100, but put that bitch to 0. Come on, baby. Put it to 0. Accelerate speed. Okay. TPS dead low and TPS dead high. So this is going to be your throttle position sensor. Throttle position sensor, I believe is what it stands for. So it'll feel like a Vevor because they have this bitch at like 50 and like 70 or something. So that means when your throttle is less than halfway, you're already giving it full throttle. So you want to make it your high, the max range right here, 200. So when your throttle's turned all the way, that means you're at full power. And same with TPS dead low. It starts at 0 and then goes to 80. My throttle stopped reading. My controller stopped reading my throttle around 35. So I put it at 36 is the lowest that my throttle will go, right? Okay, so that was the main thing, to have it not feel like a freaking Vevor controller. Okay, now control mode. You're gonna want to put this bitch in 0 because it's torque, balance, or speed is the options, right? So I put mine for torque. Reverse max speed. So forward max speed is the third gear. 100% of the speed will be given out. In the second speed, we have 70%. And then the third gear forward, which is the slow speed, which would be speed 1. It's labeled backwards, but that's at 40%. So if I want to let my kids ride and stuff, I could even change this lower so the bike only goes so low. So also the Excel low delta, you want that bitch all the way up, so it goes to 255. I put it at 200 is where it felt good for. And then Excel high, so this is when you're at a low speed, how much Excel you have, and this is when you're at a high speed, how much Excel you have, is what I assume from trying different things. So turn that bitch up to 200. Then we got my motor current and my battery current. So if my battery is capable of dumping like say 120 amps, I think I have it at 55% of that. So I'm only dumping 60 amps into my motor, and my motor percent is only at 55%. So I could turn both of these up to 100, but then I'd have to deal with heat. I'd have to deal with a lot of different things, right? I have to gear it differently. So I keep those low. I think Electro & Co. recommended for the motor current, I think they said like between 35 and 45 or something, but 45 didn't feel like enough for me. I hope I'm doing good. And depending on what battery you have, boom, put in your voltage, your low voltage, high voltage, 3-speed drive, yes. Okay, none of that. The only things, yeah, that matter for the wheelies are the dead low and dead high. You want that throttle position sensor, and then Excel delta and Excel H delta. Boom, boom, boom. And other than that, my throttle is super, super, super responsive. So when you're done changing stuff, go ahead and write. Once it says data write complete, data write completely, I guess is how they worded it. Hit OK. Go ahead and turn your bike off and then back on. And if you change some stuff and it's still having to recognize the motor will grab a couple times if you're trying to identify your motor, but if you've already changed your settings, it's okay. So we got a super, super, super responsive throttle. Like I'm talking just a little bit. Boom, bam, there you guys go.